This is just a run through of the first question for standard deviations in the stats workbook on heart rate. We've got two sets of data, and first of all we're calculating the mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to calculate the mean of 1. I'm not going to calculate the standard deviation. I'm just going to tell you what that is, and then we'll figure out how we can interpret the results, which is what you need to do. So let's just work out the heart rate of the horror film. So here's my trusty calculator. Add them all up, divide them by however many there are, 6. So 117 plus 156 plus 124 plus 128 plus 139 plus 143 is 807 divided by 6 is 134.5. So I'll do this in red. 134.5. When I did the same earlier for the comedy film, got 108.33. Standard deviation. Hopefully you've watched Dave's great videos on standard deviation. You don't need to be able to calculate them, you just need to be able to interpret the results. So here are the standard deviations: 14.24 and 11.25. 2 times the standard deviation, so 14.24 times by 2 is 28.48, and this was 22.50. Okay, so we're going to try and do the upwards error bar, and when we draw the graph you'll see what we mean by this. So the mean plus 2 times standard deviation, so it's 134.5 the mean plus these standard deviations. So there's my standard deviations already in. I'm going to add that to the mean. 134.5 is 162.98. 162.98. And this one would be 130.83. The mean minus 2 standard deviations, so our mean again 134.5 minus our 28.48 is 106.20, and over here it's 85.83. Plot a bar chart on graph paper. Right, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sketch it out to show you what I mean to save time. So here's my axes. What numbers do we need to go up to? So 2 times standard deviation, so my lowest number will be 85. So I'm going to start this at 80. Highest number is 162. So I'm just going to roughly sketch this. So 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170. You could do this on a graph paper nice and neatly, and this is heart rate in beats per minute, and this is type of film. We have got the horror film and we've got the comedy film. Let's just put our means on. Mean 134.5, so that is there. So you would have a bar like that. Comedy is 108. So 108, that's about there. So on a bar chart, our bars are separate, not joined together. It would be a histogram if they were joined together, because it wouldn't matter whether we'd put these the other way around. Let's put our 2 times standard deviation on. So the mean plus 2 standard deviations is 162.98, so that's up there somewhere. Okay, and I'm just going to draw a line down there. Our lowest value, 106.2, is about there. So this is our 2 standard deviations, and that is also our 2 standard deviations up and down. And this is our mean. If we did the same for comedy, we'd go up to 130 there and down to 85.83. And from this now, and really for any exam question, you're looking for overlap in the bars that you've drawn. And if there is overlap, you're sort of making comments like, you know, the results aren't as significant there. There's not much difference. If there's overlap in the bars, the means are not that different. That sort of statement. And down here, conclusion. So is there an overlap? Yes, there is an overlap. We can see this here, this region. I don't want to draw my brilliant graph. That is our overlap. So there is an overlap. This indicates that the difference in the means for heart rate when watching films, or heart rate when films, is, according to this data, likely to be due to chance, and they're not significantly different. If we're using two times standard deviations, there's a proper test to compare two means, the student's t-test that we will look at later. But if we were just looking at standard deviations, that's what we'd say.